Okay, so we had a bit of technical difficulties going on here, but we are on board. Okay, it saved my controller preferences. Nice. So we'll go ahead and get that back. We'll Cool! Okay, so we did all of that. I'm not sure what I'm splicing together. So, bam, there'll be 2.5, I don't know, we'll figure it out. But, yeah, okay, so we did everything here. Exit the title, click game. Check, that's the start button. Select button here is going to be our, oh, we don't have to press B and select, we can just hit it. That's it, and it plays the overworld, or the prelude theme. I don't believe it did that in the original. Something I also noticed is that continue actually allows you to have all of your saves rather than just continuing from an autosave, because essentially all you had, or a regular save, all you had in the original version was you had your current game that you could continue from your save point, or you could start a new game. You couldn't have more than one game on a single cartridge in English or Japanese, which was severely limited. I can't imagine, like, you're like 13 or 12 and you're all the way at like the floating fortress, and then your little brother wants to play this game, so he clicks new game. Like, oh, that sucks. Final Fantasy II was where they actually had save files, so I believe you can only have 4 or whatever. I should know, I just beat that game. Okay, items, key items, magic, nothing, I'll look at the stats in a moment. Okay, so, right off the bat, 35 HP for Cetro, 33 for Leon, 30 for Celeste, and 30 for Penelo. Leon can have magic, and as can Celeste. Oh, okay. Spellblade magic is its own thing. They each start with 1 and 2 charge, respectively. Dance magic, they have to gain spells, and I don't believe they require charges. Nobody has weapons or armor. Skills. Oh, combat. Warcry. Increases attack power of all party members by 50%. Combat. Oh, dude, that's gonna be absolutely just insane! I knew we were right to have melee-oriented people. Dancers are melee, by the way. They're melee DPS. Limits. Must be charged for second in after each use. Limits are only available after of course. Okay, so they have limit breaks. I kinda like that. Actually, I'm a little indifferent. Having combat abilities means more variety. See, the thing I've always said about Final Fantasy I is that I like the class system, and I like the battle system. I would even argue that those are the best aspects of the entire game. I like the ineffective command. I like all the combat, mechanical related aspects of the choices in Final Fantasy I. What I don't like is how outdated and simplistic the combat is. You have fight or magic, and that's it. There's only 2 tiers of magic. Thief can't steal or mug or flee or anything. There are no secondary abilities. Enemies just use attack or they have a special command. And the list of, like, actual abilities and spells that enemies can use in Final Fantasy I are very limited. And mostly only saved for, like, the big bosses. And that really sucks. It makes combat so stupidly repetitive. Limits, I don't know how I feel about them. I feel like it's kind of unnecessary. I don't like retcon type situations where it's like, limits weren't a thing by name till Final Fantasy VII, but it's whatever. I'm sure I'll enjoy it. Oh, that's right. I forgot characters have things they can do in the overworld. This character uses their boisterous presence to take time to moving Amelia. That's so cool. Oh, that's so useful. Traits are passive abilities that are always active for a particular class. Some traits are only active outside of battle and require that the character to be displayed on the map. Okay, cool. Can I push L and R to move back? No, I cannot. So I have to do that on my own. Blood weapon. If melee weapon is equipped, grants lifesteal. Melee attacks heal user 50% of all damage dealt to the target for the next 2 turns. Ineffective against undead or mechanical targets. So it's an active ability. Okay, that makes sense. That is... I wonder if we gain an ability later that's the opposite, where we expend HP for extra damage. Oh! I'm able to learn and use a specialized set of basic black magic spells. Cool, like Drain, I would assume. Resist blind. Bam, awesome. That's nice. That's very nice. Gains an increased accuracy bonus when attacking a blinded target. Oh, okay, I thought it meant that they have increased accuracy when they were blind. It's like, that didn't really make sense to me, but I was like, they are one with the darkness, I guess, so that even when they are darkened, they can see better. But no, this works. Increased accuracy when they're attacking a target who's blind. I wonder if they can apply blind on their own. Cool. Whoops. Grants the effects of the Bladecraft job trait to all allies for this round of combat. I don't know what that is. This ability activates at the start of this round's combat. Don't know what that is. Oh, okay, sweet. Able to learn and use all first-tier white magic weapon enhancement spells purchased from white magic shops. Interesting. So they do sort of complement. This character gains a 50% increase to base damage if their currently equipped weapon is imbued with any elemental affinity, or 100% if target is weak to the weapon's element or of monster family is weak to the current weapon. Oh, okay, so that's what Celeste can do. But by using this move, I can essentially give this to everybody. And since if you include Celeste, 3 out of 4 of my characters all have the ability to either equip elemental weapons, or imbue elemental weapons, or carry things like weapons that deal extra damage to wolves or ogres or whatever. That's pretty sick. I don't think the Dancer can. I think they're knives only, but we'll see. Pretty sick. And then Nello. Nothing here. Dance. Skill. The art of dance magic. Learns new dances from Jeb. Blah blah blah. Executing a dance lowers the success rate of subsequent dances. So, in other words, it incentivizes you to use the same dance over and over. Bravery boost. Increases the base success rate of dance moves with every successful melee attack against an enemy. Success rate in excess of 100% increases the accuracy and potency of dance effects. Bravery minus 50 if blinded. Not entirely sure what that means, but I'll figure it out. So, like, okay, so if I use a melee attack and it hits, then my dances will be more likely to hit. If the success rate goes over 100%, the leftover, it will increase accuracy and potency instead. So I don't know what the limit is. Bravery minus 50 if... Oh, Bravery I think is a mechanic to this. I think I've actually seen this in another mod somewhere called Bro New World, I think. So Bravery is like its own mechanic that when filled allows you to do presumably limit, maybe? I don't know. But if I'm blinded, that's not good. That's all I need to know. 20 strength. 16 strength. 10 strength. 5 strength. Interesting. That's how I like it though. 5 agility. 5 agility. 5 agility. I feel like there should be higher. 15 agility. Insane. 1 intelligence. 5 intelligence. 6 intelligence. 8 intelligence. 10 vitality. 10 vitality. 8 vitality. 10 vitality. Shit. I wasn't expecting that. It makes sense that dancers would have high vitality and stamina because all they fucking do is move. Dancers are so underrated. Luck 5. Luck 4. Luck 5. Luck 10. Oh. Damage 10. 8. 5. 2. Oh, I see there's game time up there. I can't remember if it was the original. Okay, we're just going to speed through these. 10% hit percentage, plus 10%. Evade, plus 5. Magic defense, 15. No absorb or anything like that. Basically the same. None of them have plus crit or absorb. Magic defense, 20. That's to be expected. Same thing here, 15 evade, holy shit. So you have the most magic defense, damage, and hit, low evade. Highest magic defense, okay evade, damage, and hit. Magic defense tank, general tank, magic defense tank. Holy shit, dude. Our magic defense is insane. Absorb is defense, isn't it? Okay, so we don't have any natural defense. We have to apply armor to that. Okay, we can finally get started. Actually, no. L allows us to change the thingy. I wish we had R that could change it the other way around, too. Clicking the sticks doesn't do anything for me. We can move with sticks or the pad. So what I want to do is... Let's see. L bumper changes display of character. When we can... Oh! We can! That's what that is for! Oh my god! Examine object is gonna be... I want that to be this button. Okay, so that's all set. We want that. Check. Use world ability, R bumper. I don't know what I want to make that to be yet. How about... right stick for now. Sure. We'll do that. So now I can do... Okay, no, that didn't work out the way I wanted it to. So we'll just go ahead and fix that. I wanted to hit L to move it one way and then R to move it another. So that doesn't matter. So the thing that was R bumper can be... Bam. And this... Delete to clear. Awesome! Now we can begin for real. Oh, so good. This is Corneria, the Dream City. And I can dash! I thought I could only dash if I was a thief. Maybe that's for just dashing without B button, or I can move faster. Some townspeople react differently. Brave New World! PTSD from page Final Fantasy VI Brave New World. Some townspeople react differently depending on who they are talking to. Try changing the display character and talking to people several times to learn their secrets. Oh my god, the dancer has the one leg out just like the model. And I know that myself because it was something I had learned in a video where because of the limited graphics, in order to display that the dancer was dancing, they had their sprite. You can see that they have the one leg sticking out from their sprite, not even moving, to give off the idea that they are a dancer. They lift their leg up frequently for dancing. That was all that they could do. And And I do know that I've seen it already through Pro Jared's video that I can do this. Dream Samba. Okay, so we're gonna start off by buying equipment. Oh, thank God. It shows us who can equip what, how much it costs, which that part was already available in the original game. Damage, hit percentage increase, crit percent, what happens if you use it, hit, I don't know what hit minuses, effective, So, okay, so it's pretty clear that Iron Greatsword, holy shit. Probably effective against undead, nope. So it makes sense we're going to give each of them a rapier. Iron Greatsword for Leon, and then our dancer needs something. So the only thing they can equip is a knife. Don't think they can dual wield, but maybe I'm wrong. It only costs 5. Oh, that's cool that we get to see that too. I'm gonna assume that she can't dual wield, but if I have 5 gold left over, which I'm sure I will not, then I will do something with that. I'll test it out. Whoops. Chainmail. I think we're gonna do 3 chainmails. Oh, I forgot to look at Blake. Highest absorb by far, but it lowers evade by a staggering amount. Well, I definitely want to give that to Cetro. For Leon, oh, I noticed that my party is all the original versions of their jobs. So the first warrior was Cetro. The first Dark Knight, you could argue the first Dark Knight was Garland, because Garland is your antithesis of your fighter who becomes a knight or a paladin, which is originally supposed to be called a paladin instead of a knight, but was called knight. It's assumed they were supposed to be called paladin, but were called knight for text restrictions. So considering he is your antithesis, and considering that he was a knight as part of Corneria, you could argue that Garland is the first Dark Knight, but he's not called Dark Knight and doesn't use any Dark Knight abilities. So that's purely speculation. The first canonically named Dark Knight was Leon, actually, in Final Fantasy II. He didn't use Dark Knight abilities, but he did have like a sort of inner darkness or a sort of affinity with that concept, like Cecil did in 4 of sorts, and he was straight up just called Dark Knight in every version. The class itself wouldn't really be a thing until Final Fantasy III, and then the first character after that would be 4, but I think most people agree that Leon is the first Dark Knight. Celeste would be the first canonically named Spellblade. She's technically a rune knight, you know, she lifts her sword up, she absorbs an element, she gains MP, but that's not all dissimilar to a Spellblade who just absorbs their own spells, and you see that Steiner in Final Fantasy IX does the same thing. He literally just runics one of Vivi's magic attacks, although it's not magnetically drawn. Phoebe just targets the sword and then he hits with it. But it's very, very similar, and Celeste is definitely a knight in terms of like her weapon and armor selection. I've always thought it would be cool if Celeste could take the spells that she runics and then hit something with it to deal elemental damage. That would be really sick. I like to think that she is the first Rune Knight, and or the first Mystic Knight. It even fits her personality. Mystic Knight and Rune Knight are just variations of each other. So Celeste is essentially the first Mystic Knight, canonically. And then Penelo is the first named dancer, if you don't count Mog, because Mog is more of a geomancer. Okay, so we definitely want that for Citro. Do we want one of those for Leon? Considering that yeah, we definitely want one for him because he's going to be taking damage using his Dark Blade attacks. We're going to do that. But do we want one for Celeste? She's in the third row, so she's got enough defense. Would it be smarter to give her Wooden so that way she can maintain some evasion? I'm going to go with no. We'll just do that. And then for Penelo, the only thing she can equip is Cloth, so we're going to do that. With 100 left, what can we buy? I really wish that this would tell us if they can give it to them. Oh, it does! So, of these, only Celeste can learn a spell and only end fire. Only melee weapon attacks from target ally deal bonus damage. Yeah, I got that. Black magic. Sleep. And bio. That he can learn. And he can learn both. Don't want that. Sleep is OP in the original game. Deals base 10 poison elemental damage to one foe and has a chance to inflict bio status. It's 3 to 18 damage to enemy's turn. That's really not a lot. Maybe early game, but I think late game that kind of tapers off. But I guess even against Chaos, having up to 18 damage per turn, just ticking away is pretty nice. But I don't think we need it right now. I think, whoops, we only have 100 gold. We only have enough to get one of those. And I think Spellblade needs to be able to fulfill their purpose. So we're going to get End Fire. Woo! Divine Knowledge! And we can use it twice! Awesome! Now, I kind of wish we had 100 gold so I could get a spell for... I like all of my characters to be able to be fully equipped with the best equipment and then have access to at least one spell of their category. And then, if at all possible, buy some items. But you don't really get that option. In Final Fantasy I, much like Dragon Quest I, a big part of the gameplay cycle loop is that you can't buy everything. You have to pick. You have to decide, do you want to buy the best stuff now and then be completely out of pocket to buy items, or to buy anything when you find a new town, or do you want to buy like maybe the second or third best stuff, so that way you have money to buy items and you have the ability to buy something when you get to the next town. The king is very wise. This game gets looked down a lot by some people. I wonder if I can... I bet a thief does something different here or something. There definitely should be a mod that changes the text depending. But, Yeah, this game is honestly it has stood the test of time. The only thing that hasn't aged well, in my opinion, are the bugs and the glitches, which I'm glad they fixed in various mods. But aside from that, honestly, this game has aged incredibly well. Now, I would like to save, but we cannot do so at this time. It would be cool if they could at least change some of the things that didn't age well, like the music resetting every time you go up a floor. Like, is it so wrong for it to just continue onward? I know at that point I'm nitpicking, and you could say, well, why not just remake the game? Why not just make Final Fantasy Renaissance in the style of the PSP version or the GBA version, but keep the mechanics? And I'm not here to speculate on that. But it would be cool if certain things were modified. Another thing I want to talk about is that they don't add the boss music from the later games that have been revamped to sound like they are 8-bit, like you would see in mods like Restored. So now we're off to fight Garland. Random, but it would be interesting if Garland was made to be more powerful in other versions instead of just weak, but we'll see what happens here. And now we can begin! Officially! Can't even remember if you could use item in the original. It's, my memory's so off. We won't need to use that right now. This is a good chance for us to test. Oops. Nice, I see. To test the damage potentials of each character. I'm expecting this is probably what we're going to want to do. "14 and dead." Oh, that's so cool. His animation. 27, insane. But that's about what I expected. In a perfect world, Penelo will never get the chance to ever reveal her damage output. Because we'll just kill. Oh my god, that accuracy is so bad. Bravery up, that's nice. But hey, if the damage output is good, it'll be worth it. See how quickly I can move? Yeah, I think it's called, not latency, but there's a name for it. Maybe I'll use the stick. It's too easy to accidentally overshoot my target. I don't like that. So I'll figure a way around it. So off the bat, I've noticed that there's like a, I don't know, it's called a frame rate issue or something. Yeah, it's a frame rate issue. I'll have to fix that if I can. God, this is so surreal. Surreal. Woo! 7 points of damage. So they hit. God, that's an absurd amount of damage. So since my Dark Knight, oh yeah, armor's in a separate spot. So since that's right, I already know. So since Leon isn't demonstrating that he is two-handing iron, perhaps that means Penelo can't dual wield a knife. Although that might still be the case. That's not good. Holy crap! Not sure how we will fare here. Hopefully we will hit with everything. If we do, we can probably kill 2 of these zombies. Oh, amazing! Incredible! We overestimated their defenses. Absurd. So I'm not like the biggest connoisseur slash like expert at Final Fantasy 1. I've effectively only beaten the game twice, each one 2 very different versions. I've never technically played the original, if you know what I mean. So my knowledge, we give that to our tank, of course. So my knowledge isn't like amazing as far as like enemies and like how much health they have, etc. Yeah, so like as far as enemy targeting, what people do like the standard party usually is the warrior attacks with the black mage and then the thief attacks with the white mage, so that they can both get basically equal damage outputs. You want your strongest damage dealer to pair up with your weakest damage dealer, and you want your second strongest damage dealer to pair up with your third strongest damage dealer. So right now that's looking like my strongest damage dealer is Leon, my second strongest damage dealer is Centro, my third strongest damage dealer is Celeste, at least not counting by end fire, and then my weakest damage dealer is Penelo. And it seems to work out. Every time that these attacks go off the way I want them to, my enemies die, either by then or sooner. Okay, so enemies get added to the bestiary once you kill them. That's so much better. That makes you have to earn the bestiary instead of just getting it when you first see them. Or God forbid, you don't even get access to them until you use like a specific command or, you know, blah blah blah, use scan or whatever the situation is, like in other games. And it tells you, it's so good! Alright, so our first level up. HP max. It restores your HP to full. But 60 points is what our HP is now? Holy shit! Strength up by 1. Attack, agility plus 1. Vitality plus 1. Or plus, sorry, it's okay. Magic defense plus 3. Insane! Leon, level 2, HP, 57 points. Strength plus 1. Agility plus 1. Vitality plus 1. All things we definitely need. Magic defense plus 2 points. Sick. Celeste, 58 points. She's even tankier than Leon HP-wise. Strength plus 1. By the way, in a perfect world, Leon would have the most HP. That's okay. Agility plus 1. Intelligence plus 1. At least smart one of the group, it seems. Luck +1. Magic defense +2. HP 56. Strength +1. Agility +1. I just noticed that our team is 2 males and 2 females. Perfect diversity. Intelligence +1. Luck +1. Magic defense +2. Sick! But we don't have a healer. That's downside, so we don't have a way to heal until we get items. I know we can heal with, like, dancer abilities, but if and when we get them, we won't be able to heal unless we're in battle. So yeah, that's definitely going to be a downside of our party during the first, like, half of the game. But then, when Citro gets access to healing magic, by then it'll be outclassed, but at least we'll have out-of-battle healing of some sort. And we gained a spider! We should be an announcer! Oh yeah, this one requires the Mystic Key, and I believe that one up there does as well. And it's the one on the left-hand corner we can deal with. Wonderful! Locked. So it is indeed this one that we can interact with. It's the 2 on the left. I will remember that. I thought that was the case. But I figured maybe things had changed. This is a bit of a risky gamble, but we're going for it. Oh, I should have expected that. Go back to go back to Resident Evil 4 and 2, Leon. Grimp. I like that they kept the original name. So I don't think you took anything, so we're gonna do that. No, I targeted. Fudge. That's the smart move, obviously. Risky, but if we hit it, you're one shot. If you hit that, you're one shot. So, I'm gonna want to hit... It doesn't really matter. Yes! The hit lands! We made the right move. It didn't matter. We found a heal and a cabin. Kinda want to use that cabin, but I kinda want to save it. I think we'll kick our own butt without it. Creeper. Excellent! So the inaccuracy is something I'm going to have to work around, but it seems like Leon does do the most damage, which is what I both holy shit, maybe not. Expected and intended. This episode of Final Fantasy I Renaissance is brought to you by the German soda, possibly made by or for the N-words. Fanta! It's time to knock this mofo down. Oh, thank God. Okay. Interesting. Kind of wish that dynamic had been changed. What it should be is it should be a flat 30 outside of combat, and then in combat it should be between like 15 and 45 or something. In other words, give people a benefit. If I'm risking my neck to use this thing that's a guarantee out of battle, in battle, where I could potentially lose it or fail to use it as a result of getting killed, then, like, you know, high risk, high reward situation, make it, like, deal more health. That just makes the most sense. But I have that. Do I want to spend it? Yes, because our tank needs to be able to tank. That was a smart gamble. Or we'll see if it will be in a moment. No one touches my princess. Light warriors, you impertinent fools! I, Garland, will knock you all down! I'll crush you! Should add that from his Dissidia line. That line goes so hard. Alright, so this isn't a particularly difficult or exciting fight. It would be cool if his skill set would reflect whatever your party composition is. So if you have like 4 warriors, then he'll be more physically powerful. If you have 2 white mages, he'll have some healing and ability to heal himself. Garland should thematically be directly your opposite, because both him and your party, you're the warriors of light, he is the embodiment of darkness or chaos. You are fated to fight this person. Your fate is as intrinsically linked to this person as anything. So he shouldn't be a weak fight. He should be he should be as adequately powerful as you are at this stage of the game. Which is why I think that he should be one of the only enemy in the game, alongside Chaos, who should have level scaling. Because how strong he is should, in theory, be, you know, just strong enough that he can't beat your party, but is a difficult fight. And Chaos should be just strong enough that you can't beat him. At least that would be what benefits him for the time loop. Blah blah blah. Regarding that, I think it's interesting that each iteration, it's implied basically that when you do fight Chaos at the end of the game, who was Garland, spoilers, this is a character, a being, who has already fought and defeated and killed your party many times over, thus resetting the time loop. However, you could argue that every single time you load a save file is another time loop. So when you beat him, that just so happens to be the time loop where you defeat him. So every time you make a party, that's a new group of adventurers who have been defeated by him, and the time loop continues. And it's like Undertale before Undertale. I'll just say it. Yeah, I want that. We're definitely just gonna go all out. Oh, I forgot I could do that! Let's see how this plays out. So let's do it! Yeah! Kick his butt! Woo! Oh, dude, imagine if I could do that and fire. Oh, Penelo died before she could do anything. Well, that sucks. I'm starting to think we'd be better off just like going all out. They're trying to buff. Dude, our buff potential is so good. Well, even without Penelo, forget what I said before, our utility is friggin' amazing. Holy shit. Oh my god. Attack boost wore off. Pretty good still. Holy shit! Knock who down? Absurd! Insane! Woo! Before we cross the bridge, I do want to... We have 525 gold. I do want to revive my... Can't live without our Penelo. Her Sprite. No, we're good. I need to heal. That's gonna cost me like less than 100. I want to get Leon, Bio and Sleep. Let's do it. Arcane Knowledge. I'll test it out now. I don't expect it's gonna work out the way I want it to, but I only lose 5 gold if it fails. Yeah, I didn't think that was the case, so we're gonna sell that. Oh, and it shows me that it's equipped with an E! It's so good! It's so good! It's so good! Okay, so how much is that gonna cost us? Wait, and it doesn't cost me money to save! Yes! Okay, so we don't have much to spare, but I do want to go ahead and get an item or 2 or 3 or 5. Prices. Oh my god. Oh. I can't afford that. Shouldn't even let me go up that high. We have a cabin or a tent or something, so we don't need more of that. Don't need pure, because we don't have to worry about getting poisoned for a hot minute. I think we'll do that. God, whoever made this game, I can't. And now it is time for a beautiful moment. And I really like it. What's happening? What's happening, Crystal? Definitely one of the greatest and most iconic death points in all of Final Fantasy, without a doubt. So good. This moment is just it's so impactful. If you've played through this game, especially if you've played when you were a kid, which is not me. I first played this game when I was in my 20s. But like being a person that has played through and completed every single mainline Final Fantasy game between 1 and 10 and including 12, and I've played like 40 hours of Final Fantasy 11. Varying versions. Some of them were the original, some of them were not. So, for example, I played through Final Fantasy IV DS, but I've never played through Final Fantasy IV, the SNES version. It quite literally almost brings a tear to my eye, and I'm sure like under the right like time of day or with a couple of beers or something, that I would legitimately cry. The legacy and impact of this game, like just that moment alone, it has such an amazing impact just within the context of the first game. But then taking into account all the other games, like. But we're going to call this episode a close. I am going to play more immediately afterwards. But this video is an hour long almost, and I got to grab me another Fanta. And then I will be ready to take on the next challenge, which is going to Provoko. I may stop at Matoya's Cave, even though I know I'm not supposed to go there, but that's the developers intend for you to go there because it's the most direct and obvious route, only for you to get lost, realizing that you don't have what you need to progress and wondering what to do, and so there might be something new or interesting there to check out in this version. So that'll be it for this time. I'll see you guys in the next episode.